Let's see if this works out for us. Right, the character is moving into the fast food restaurant, and he's gonna come to the waypoint checkpoint here by the toe, and he's going to order. Okay, it's a little bit jaggy there by the floor. Why? Okay, turning around, he's going to the chair, going to sit down, eat, finish, and move out. Okay, first thing, let me just add a cube to the scene, and I'm gonna rename that cube. This is going to be the first customer. Alright, I'm in Coppercube, and I'm going to attempt to make the first customer walk up onto the order point, to the cash register, order, and then go sit down at the table. Okay, so this is the first tutorial where I use the path and a cube with a collider just to create a basic character. You can always swap out the cube in the later stage to put a character in. Okay, so I just added a collider when moved in the hierarchy by attributes and behaviors. So the collider is there to make the character collide with all the items in the scene. Normally for NPCs you don't use colliders because they just stand around, and where they move there's nothing in their path. But in this case I want a collider because I'm gonna put some triggers around in the scene. Okay, so I'm just going to scale up this collider so that it fits the cube properly. It doesn't need to be fancy. You don't need to put it the exact size of the cube. It's only there for colliding purposes. That's why it's a collider. Sorry. Yeah, so this is my first character. I'm putting behaviors and actions on this character so that the character can move around in the scene. Okay, so make sure that it doesn't clip into the floor, otherwise the character won't move around. It's going to react very strangely. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is to figure out what I did wrong here. Okay, I see it's the scaling of the cube that is too big. Okay, I'm creating this video early in the morning, so I'm a bit laggy, but okay, I want to finish this project. So when the first character is finished, the first customer, you can just copy and paste it and change the timing of the do something later, change the behaviors in actions, you know, and change your variables, your variable names, and then you don't have to do it all over again. You maybe need to create more paths so that the other characters can go sit at a different table and do different actions. Okay, so there's the cube, which is called customer 1, with the behavior collide when moved. Okay, we need to add another behavior, and it's not gonna be a behavior triggered by event but by game actor behavior. Okay, game actor with health, AI player, etc. So we don't have a path yet, but I'm going to select the path, follow the path, walk along a path. Okay, follow point, there's no waypoint, so we need to first add a waypoint in the scene, and then we can move on by adding the waypoint to the character so that the character can follow that waypoint. Okay, so let's create a waypoint. Right, you can just go up at the end of the menu. You will see there create a path node and create a path. Okay, the path is not facing the right way, so I need to rotate that path. I think it's in a 90 angle in the y-axis. Okay, it's minus 90 in the y-axis. But in Coppercube, that is the z-axis. Okay, so it's minus z. In Blender, it's the y-axis is facing to the front, but not in Coppercube. Okay, so let's just straighten up this waypoint, because we are not walking over hills and rocks and roads and stuff. It's just a flat surface the customer is walking on. Okay, so let's just tweak this. It's not gonna be straight the way you want it, but that's why I put a collider on the character, so that the character don't go up and down, because the same way you're going to tweak your path, that is the way your cube or whatever item you make follow the path is going to react to. So if your path is not straight, it's going to follow the path exactly the way you put it. Okay, so that is why I use a collider, so that the character stays put on the floor. Okay, alright, so we just need to add some nodes in between, just to give the path a length. Try not to put the nodes too far away from each other, because that can also make the character move fast and move slow. Try to put it like exactly the same distance from each other. Okay, not 100%, but so that the character can move evenly, smooth. Okay, so I'm just going to add more nodes, which the character is going to walk straight. If you're going to put some plants or some obstacles in this path, then you need to bend it. Okay, but the character is just gonna come straight. He's gonna walk straight into the shop, into the fast food takeaways. Order, sit down. Okay, I can create an animation where the character can get up, throw away his rubbish, but that is going to be my work, my job. After the customer leaves, I need to go to that table, throw away all the dirt. That's also going to be points. Okay, be promoted and stuff. But let's go inside, and I'm going to add more, and right at the end of the node, of that last node, I'm going to just shrink it a little, bring it in more closer to each other, because this is where the character is just going to turn around. But before it turns around, I'm gonna put a trigger there to make the character show an animation where it just stand idle. And after I take his order, press enter, the customer will then proceed with the path, and that will be the second trigger where the table is. Okay, I'm gonna show you now. Right, so this is where the customer is going to turn around. I'm not gonna create another path, I'm just gonna make him turn around here. Right, if it doesn't work out for me, I will definitely put it in the second part of this tutorial. If the customer don't want to stand put there by the till with the idle animation, if he still keeps on walking, then I'm going to add a path here by this point, where the character just switch to path 2, and we can go to the table. But I think that is too much work, and I think that is not appropriate. That is why I'm gonna make just one path and make the characters follow that path. Right, now he's gonna move a little bit in to the center, so that it looks more realistic. Don't want the character to walk through the benches, through the seats, the chairs, you know. Okay, so I'm in Coppercube, and I'm just creating a path so that my customer can follow that path order. turn around and head over to the table. If it's a takeaways, the customer just will proceed straight out to the door without any effort. But in my case, in this tutorial, I'm showing you how to make this character order, come into the store, order and sit down, eat. Takes about a minute or so and then leaves again. Okay. Right. So the customer is moving to the seat. That is going to be the seat where the customer is going to be appearing. I'm not gonna create the animation how the customer sits down. You can do that in Blender, but I'm just gonna make the customer appear there. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of customers sitting on their chairs. I'm just gonna hide them. They're going to be in like an idle pose. And when I put the food down, it's gonna start moving, like, you know, talking and whatever. But I'm not gonna create that animation. This is a low poly game. I don't need to do that. All of that AAA stuff. We just need the objective is to feed the customers that comes into the store. You can get creative if your project is finished. This will always be a prototype. Any game you create is a prototype. You will never be able to finish that game because you always have fresh ideas, a lot of fresh ideas you want to implement in your game. That is why I don't start out with trying to make a AAA game and go according the customer's specs, you know, specifics on their PC or hardware or whatever device they are using. Okay, I'm gonna go top view. I tried with the top view of Coppercube, but my ceiling is my roof is in the way, so I won't be able to see it unless I go into wireframe. But I don't want to do that. I want to stay in this viewport. I'm just gonna go straight now. Okay, make sure that you see my roof is in the way. Okay, it was the mouse, a little bit jaggy, slippery. Just try to keep the path away from the path. Don't let it clip into each other, because that is also the character clipping into the other character. Maybe there's another character coming in, customer, then they're going to walk through each other, and that doesn't look nice. I was thinking of using Mixamo's characters, but they have a lot of polygons. It's gonna be very expensive on the graphics, so I must create my own characters in Blender, low poly characters. I'm gonna make a video on that also, okay, so you guys can see that I'm starting to create a game from scratch with my own assets. This building was created in SketchUp. All the food was created in Blender, and I'm also going to create the characters in Blender. But I'm not gonna animate in Blender, only the characters, not the food. The food is going to be static mesh for now. But as the project progresses, and after a while, I can add some animation on the items, that assets like the food and the chairs and tables and whatever, doors opening. Because I also want a flat screen television with the slideshow, okay, with the prices and stuff. That is something I'm gonna do in Blender. So the path is finished after all my bubbling and rumbling. I'm gonna have a test run and see if this path is going to follow if the character is going to follow the path. But we first need to go to behaviors, the character behaviors, and add that path 1. so that the character can follow it. And let's also bring down the speed of the cube, because that is very fast. I know, guys, I did attempt this the first time, and 50 is a little bit too fast. Okay, 20 should be suffice. Alright, what can we do here? Wait. Patrol, wait time. No, we're not patrolling. Okay, let's play, publish and play, and see if that works out nicely. I don't have a first person camera in the scene. I'm going freestyle on this one, guys. Okay, there the character is walking inside of the store. He's going inside. Let me go to the checkpoint. Alright, he's coming. Him or her, doesn't really matter. But that is going to be the character. I'm gonna add a character mesh later. Right, customize the till. That is too far away from the checkpoint, and that is also too far away from the chair. But as you can see, the cube is following the path, and the customer is leaving again. I don't think he likes my food, that's why he's leaving so quickly. Wait, he's turning around. Okay, maybe he saw something he really likes and it's cheap enough. So that is done. But let's go to that where the bend is of the path, and let's make it a little bit bigger. I'm just gonna push that in more. Right, let's take it a little bit further. Right, there you go. And I'm also going to move this one to the front, and all of this here, gonna move it a little bit out. Right, let's make a nice circle there. I'm not gonna let the character turn around like a roly-poly. Okay, we want some nice animation. This one must also be pushed in a little. Right, there you go. We move this one out like that. This one also, move it out. Yep, there you go. Because there's going to be a trigger, I'm going to add a trigger there. The customer is going to disappear like hide, but it's gonna stop there, and then the character on the chair is going to appear, like, you know, giving the effect the customer is sitting down. And as soon as the customer's time is finished by the chair, he's going to get up, or he's going to get up and leave again on the same path. So I'm just tweaking this a little bit here, guys. But that is how you add a path to your scene, so that the character, your NPC, can follow that path. Even a character, if you want to make a game where the character just shoots, moving through a tunnel or a city or on a vehicle, but it's not really a vehicle, you know, it's just a skin mesh component where the camera is attached to, and you just want the camera to move along with the path. Right, and then you shoot the zombies is chasing you and all of that stuff. Okay, I'm gonna scale up the cube a little, let it have a figure of a character, because it's a little bit too square. And lift up the character, make sure that the collide when moved is not clipping through the floor, like I said. Okay, and there the character is going in. Right, let's see if this works out for us. Right, the character is moving into the fast food restaurant, and he's gonna come to the waypoint, checkpoint here by the till, and he's going to order. Okay, it's a little bit jaggy there by the floor. Why? Okay, turning around, he's going to the chair, going to sit down, eat, finish, and move out of the store. And there your character, your first character is finished, and now you can just add more characters, moving to different waypoints, moving on a different path to a different waypoint. Okay, Right, customer is turning back again, and that is why I'm going to add triggers there so the customer can disappear again. Okay, thank you for watching this tutorial. In the next tutorial I'm going to make the customer stop by the till, place its order. There'll be a list. Give the list to the cook, whoever is in the kitchen. Wait for the order, and I'm going to serve the customer with the food. Okay, I hope I see you in the next tutorial, guys. At Rudy Tutorials, I'm out.